Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. When was the last time you talked to yourself? I'm not talking about idle chatter or passing thoughts. I'm talking about a conversation, an honest dialogue with the most important person in your life, you. If you're not talking to yourself, shaping your own mind, someone else is doing it for you. The world is loud, filled with distractions and negativity, but your voice has the power to cut through all of that. For the next 3 days, I want you to challenge yourself to talk to you like you matter, because you do. Start your mornings with affirmations. Don't just wake up and scroll. Wake up and set the tone. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, today is my day. Because words have power. Speak what you want into existence. In the mirror, be your biggest cheerleader. Instead of criticizing every flaw, look yourself in the eye and say, I see you, I believe in you. Let that belief become your armor. Throughout the day, when challenges come, and trust me, they will, remind yourself, I've overcome worse. I'm built for this. Life is going to test you, but your self-talk can remind you who you are. Unshakable, unstoppable, undeniable. And when the day ends, take a moment to reflect, not on what went wrong, but on what went right. Say, I'm proud of me. Let that pride carry you into tomorrow. Talking to yourself isn't just self-care, it's self-command. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for how you carry yourself. If you feed your mind with doubt, you'll act in hesitation. But if you feed it with confidence and faith, you'll walk with purpose. You've got 3 days. 3 days to show up for yourself, to use your voice, to guide your actions, to inspire your spirit, to wake up your potential. 3 days can change a lifetime. Your voice is the first voice you hear in the morning and the last one you hear at night. It's with you in every moment of your day, guiding your thoughts, decisions, and actions. That voice is powerful. It's the coach that motivates, the critic that holds you back, and the compass that points you in the right direction. But too often, we let it become a voice of doubt, a voice of hesitation, or worse, a voice that mirrors the negativity of the world around us. What if you could reclaim that voice? What if, for just 3 days, you could train it to work for you, not against you? That's the challenge. And it starts with understanding that you are your own coach. Think about it. Every great athlete, every successful individual, every person who's achieved greatness in any form didn't do it alone. They had a coach, a guide, who saw their potential even when they couldn't. But here's the catch. Not everyone has someone standing on the sidelines cheering them on. Sometimes you have to be that for yourself. And the way you talk to yourself is the foundation of that coaching. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you say to yourself? Is it something positive? Or do you let the weight of yesterday or the stress of today cloud your thoughts? That initial self-talk is critical. A coach doesn't start practice by saying, you're not good enough to make it today. They start with encouragement, with focus, with drive. They set the tone for success. That's exactly what you need to do for yourself. When you wake up, tell yourself, I've got this. I'm ready for the day ahead. I'm capable of handling whatever comes my way. It may sound simple, but those words have a ripple effect. They shift your mindset from one of uncertainty to one of confidence. As the day unfolds, challenges will come, that's a guarantee. Maybe it's a difficult conversation at work, a task that feels overwhelming, or an unexpected setback. In those moments, the way you coach yourself matters more than anything. Imagine an athlete on the field after missing a crucial play. A good coach doesn't berate them, doesn't focus on the mistake. Instead, they say, shake it off. Focus on the next move. That's the kind of self-talk you need to adopt. When you face a challenge, tell yourself, I've been through worse. I know how to handle this. I'll figure it out. Your voice has the power to calm the storm within, to steady your resolve, and to remind you of your inner strength. But being your own coach isn't just about encouragement in tough moments. It's also about discipline. A coach doesn't let their team slack off or make excuses. They hold them accountable because they see their potential. You have to do the same for yourself. When you catch yourself falling into habits that don't serve you, whether it's procrastination, self-doubt, or negative thinking, call yourself out. Not harshly, but firmly. Say, "This isn't who I am. I'm better than this. Let's get back on track." A good coach doesn't settle for mediocrity, and neither should you. Another aspect of self-coaching is celebration. Coaches don't wait until the championship game to acknowledge progress. They celebrate every small win along the way because they know it fuels motivation. You need to do the same for yourself. When you accomplish something, no matter how minor it may seem, take a moment to acknowledge it. Tell yourself, "I'm proud of what I did today. I gave my best, and that's enough." These moments of self-acknowledgement reinforce your confidence and keep you moving forward. Now let's talk about consistency. A coach isn't just there for game day. They're there every single day, pushing, guiding, and inspiring their team. That's how you need to show up for yourself. Talking to yourself like a coach isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily practice, a habit you build over time. It may feel strange at first, but with consistency, it becomes second nature. And the more you do it, the more you'll notice a shift, not just in your mindset, but in the way you approach life. You'll start to carry yourself with more confidence, more purpose, and more clarity. Your inner voice is one of the most powerful tools you have. It can either tear you down or build you up. It can make you doubt your abilities or remind you of your greatness. And the best part, you have complete control over it. You have the ability to shape it, to train it, to turn it into the coach you've always needed. So start now. For the next 3 days, commit to talking to yourself like the coach you deserve. One who believes in you, pushes you, and celebrates you every step of the way. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. It's not just about what time you wake up or how many tasks you check off your list before breakfast. It's about the energy, the mindset, and the intention you bring into the day. Mornings are sacred. They hold the raw, untapped potential to shape your entire outlook. But too often, we rush through them, bombarded by notifications, to-do lists, and distractions before we even give ourselves a moment to breathe. If you want to create real change in your life, if you want to walk with purpose and confidence, it starts with what you tell yourself the moment your feet hit the floor. Every morning before the world gets loud, take a moment to speak to yourself with power. This isn't just about positive thinking or motivational cliches. It's about taking control of your narrative. When you wake up, you have a choice. You can let the weight of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow dictate your mood, or you can take charge and decide how your day will go. And it starts with your words. Tell yourself, "Today is my day. I am strong. I am capable." Say it out loud. Let your own voice echo in your mind before anyone else's does. These affirmations aren't just words. They're declarations. They are reminders of your potential, your resilience, and your ability to face whatever comes your way. You may feel silly at first, but that's only because you're not used to being your own advocate. The truth is, the more you affirm yourself, the more natural it becomes, and the more your mind starts to believe it. Affirmations are not about denying reality. They're about creating one. When you say, "I am capable," it's not because you think everything will be easy. It's because you know you have what it takes to handle hard things. When you say, "Today is my day," it's not because you expect perfection. It's because you're declaring ownership over your time, your energy, and your focus. These statements are like planting seeds. They may not sprout immediately, but with repetition and belief, they grow into confidence, clarity, and determination. But morning affirmations aren't just about what you say. They're also about how you say it. Speak with conviction, even if you don't fully believe it yet. Stand tall, look yourself in the mirror, and say the words as if you were speaking them to someone you care deeply about. Your tone matters, your posture matters, your intention matters. When you speak to yourself with authority, you begin to internalize that authority. You stop looking for validation from others because you've already given it to yourself. Mornings are also a time to set your focus. Too often, we let our attention scatter the moment we wake up. The notifications on our phones, the emails in our inbox, the endless stream of information, all of it pulls us away from what really matters. But when you take even 5 minutes to center yourself with affirmations, you're reclaiming your focus. You're saying, "Before I give my energy to anyone or anything else, I'm going to give it to myself." That shift in priority is powerful. It reminds you that you are in control, that you get to decide what deserves your attention. It's not just about repeating phrases, though. It's about believing in the actions those words will inspire. Saying, I am strong should push you to tackle challenges with courage. Saying, I am capable should encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. These affirmations are a call to action, not just a feel-good ritual. They should motivate you to move with intention, to pursue your goals, and to face obstacles with a sense of empowerment. And let's be honest, there will be mornings when it's hard. Mornings when you wake up feeling tired, overwhelmed, or unsure. That's when this practice becomes even more important. It's easy to feel strong when everything is going your way, but real growth happens when you can speak life into yourself, even on the tough days. When you can look in the mirror, despite the challenges ahead, and say, I've got this. That's when you realize just how powerful your own voice can be. The key is consistency. One morning of affirmations won't change your life, but a habit of affirming yourself every day will. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not just in your mood, but in the way you approach your goals, your relationships, and your challenges. You'll start to walk differently, talk differently, and carry yourself with a quiet confidence that doesn't depend on external validation. So every morning, before you reach for your phone, before you check your email, before you let the noise of the world invade your space, take a moment to talk to yourself. Speak with purpose, speak with power. Start your day with the kind of energy that makes you unstoppable, because you are. And the way you talk to yourself in those first moments of the day will remind you of that truth over and over again. When you stand in front of the mirror, what do you see? More importantly, what do you say to yourself? So often we take the mirror for granted, using it only to check our appearance or catch a glimpse of ourselves before heading out. But the mirror is so much more than a tool for reflection. It is a space where you have the power to build or break yourself down. If you want to change how you see the world and how the world sees you, it starts with how you see yourself in the mirror. Imagine looking into the mirror, and instead of critiquing your flaws, you choose to focus on your strengths. Instead of picking apart your appearance, you acknowledge the person staring back at you, the person who has fought through struggles, overcome challenges, and made it this far. You deserve to be your biggest supporter, especially in those moments when self-doubt creeps in. Instead of standing there silently, or worse, criticizing yourself for things that don't matter, speak to yourself with compassion, confidence, and love. Start by saying, I see you. Acknowledge yourself as a person worthy of recognition. Too often we're busy with the world outside of us that we forget to recognize ourselves. A simple act of saying, I see you, is a reminder that you matter. You are not invisible. You have made it this far, and you are capable of so much more. After that, shift your focus to your inner strength. We all have scars, emotional, mental, or physical, that have shaped us. Instead of allowing those scars to become symbols of weakness, use them as reminders of how resilient you've been. Say to yourself, I am strong. I have faced challenges before, and I've overcome them. This is just another chapter in my journey. By doing this, you stop letting the things that hurt you define you. You let the lessons learned, the growth, and the perseverance you've shown define you. You become empowered by what you've been through, not diminished by it. The way we talk to ourselves in the mirror has a profound impact on how we carry ourselves throughout the day. When you make a conscious effort to be kind to yourself, it starts to shift your mindset. It helps you break free from the cycle of negative self-talk that so many of us fall into. Every time you catch yourself criticizing your appearance or your actions, replace it with something empowering. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, think, I am enough. I am capable of achieving everything I set out to do. It's about changing the narrative you've been telling yourself. The mirror can also be a place of accountability. When you look at yourself, you're not just seeing your face. You're seeing your potential. You're seeing all the possibilities you hold within you. If you can't look at yourself and believe in your own potential, how can you expect anyone else to? The way you speak to yourself in the mirror is a reflection of how you view your worth. And when you start speaking to yourself like someone who believes in their own abilities, you start walking, talking, and living like someone who is worthy of success, love, and all the good things life has to offer. But this doesn't happen overnight. Building a positive relationship with yourself through mirror work takes time, practice, and patience. It's not about forcing yourself to say things you don't believe. It's about training yourself to see the truth, that you are worthy, you are strong, and you are capable. It's about creating new patterns in your mind. ones that focus on self-love instead of self-criticism. With consistency, you'll start to see the change not just in the mirror, but in the way you approach everything in your life. In those quiet moments when you're alone with your reflection, remember that you are your own greatest ally. The world can be tough, and there will be moments when others won't see your worth or won't affirm you in the way you'd like. But what you say to yourself in those private, personal moments matters more than anything else. If you can learn to be your biggest cheerleader, to see yourself through a lens of kindness and strength, then nothing can shake you. You will become a person who isn't just waiting for validation from others, but who gives it to themselves first. In the mirror, you have the chance to rewrite your story. Every day is a new opportunity to stand tall, look yourself in the eye, and say, I am enough. You have the power to create a narrative that lifts you up rather than tears you down. And when you choose to see yourself in this light, when you choose to speak to yourself with love and respect, you will begin to notice a transformation, not just in how you see yourself, but in how others see you as well. Your energy shifts, your confidence grows, and you step into the world as the best version of yourself, fully aware of your worth and fully ready to conquer whatever comes your way. In life, challenges are inevitable. Every day presents obstacles, and no one is exempt from difficulties, whether big or small. The true measure of strength, however, is not in avoiding challenges, but in how we respond to them. And when those moments of struggle arise, the most important thing is the self-talk that follows. How you talk to yourself in the face of adversity can either make or break your ability to push through. That's where the power of a positive, resilient mindset comes in. Instead of letting the challenges define you, you can use your words to remind yourself of your inner power. When a setback occurs, the first instinct for many of us is to question our abilities. We might say things like, I can't handle this, or this is too much for me. Those thoughts may be natural, but they don't serve us. They undermine our confidence and focus on the negative aspects of the situation. Instead, what if you could replace those thoughts with empowering phrases? What if, in the moment of difficulty, you could say, I've been through worse, or I've handled challenges like this before and I can do it again. These kinds of affirmations shift your focus from the obstacle to the strength you already possess. Self-talk in times of adversity is about reframing the situation. Instead of seeing the challenge as something that will break you, see it as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prove to yourself just how resilient you can be. It's easy to feel defeated when things go wrong, but remember that growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Every challenge is an opportunity to stretch your limits, to push past what you thought was possible, and to emerge stronger on the other side. And the way you talk to yourself determines how you experience that journey. When a difficult situation arises, the first step is to acknowledge the discomfort, but not to get consumed by it. Acknowledge that it's hard, but then immediately counter it with, this isn't the end. This is just a challenge I need to face. By doing this, you're giving yourself permission to feel your emotions without letting them control you. You're showing yourself compassion while also reinforcing your belief in your ability to overcome. Another key aspect of self-talk in the face of challenges is persistence. There will be times when things don't go according to plan. There will be setbacks, failures, and mistakes. But when you speak to yourself with words like, I will keep going, or I will find a way, you affirm your commitment to continue. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, persistence is what keeps you moving forward. You might not see immediate results, but small, consistent efforts will always add up. By telling yourself to persist, you remind yourself that it's okay to stumble as long as you don't stay down. Resilience isn't about being unaffected by challenges. It's about bouncing back, learning, and adapting. And your self-talk plays a pivotal role in that resilience. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough for this, replace that with, I am more than capable of handling this, and I'll learn something valuable along the way. Every challenge holds a lesson. The way you speak to yourself in the face of adversity determines whether you learn from the situation or get stuck in frustration and self-doubt. You might also be tempted to give up when things get tough, but reminding yourself of your past successes can be a game changer. Think about moments when you've faced challenges before and come out stronger. By recalling those instances and saying to yourself, I've done it before and I can do it again, You anchor yourself in your past triumphs. This reminds you that you have the experience, the skills, and the inner strength to handle whatever is in front of you now. Self-talk isn't about ignoring the difficulties. It's about acknowledging your past victories and using them to fuel your current journey. One of the most powerful things you can do when facing adversity is to be gentle with yourself. Self-compassion goes hand in hand with resilience. It's easy to fall into the trap of being hard on yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. But when you speak to yourself with kindness, you create space for growth. Instead of saying, "I messed up again, I'm a failure," try saying, "I made a mistake, but I'm learning. I will do better next time." This shift in language allows you to embrace the challenge without turning it into something that defines your self-worth. Lastly, self-talk during tough times is about keeping perspective. When you face a challenge, it's easy to feel like it's the end of the world. But when you remind yourself, "This is just one moment in my life, I can overcome this," you create a sense of distance from the immediate stress. You see the bigger picture. You remind yourself that challenges are temporary and your ability to handle them is permanent. In moments of adversity, the way you talk to yourself determines your path. Do you choose to see the situation as something that's out of your control, or do you choose to take command, trust yourself, and keep going? Self-talk in tough times is the anchor that keeps you grounded, the fuel that drives you forward, and the reminder that you are stronger than any challenge you face. Speak to yourself like a warrior, because that's exactly who you are. Celebrating your wins, no matter how small, is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. Too often, we get caught up in the pursuit of the next big goal, constantly looking ahead without taking the time to appreciate how far we've come. This mindset can lead to burnout, frustration, and a sense of dissatisfaction, even when we've achieved a lot. But celebrating the wins along the way shifts that perspective. It helps you acknowledge your progress, recognize your efforts, and reinforce the belief that every step forward is worth something. When you celebrate your achievements, you're not just patting yourself on the back for what you've done. You're affirming to yourself that you're on the right path. Each small victory is a piece of evidence that you're making progress, that your hard work is paying off, and that you are capable of more than you might realize. The act of celebration helps build momentum. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's been accomplished. Every time you take a moment to appreciate your own efforts, you strengthen your belief in your ability to succeed. But celebrating doesn't always need to involve grand gestures or big events. It can be as simple as acknowledging a task well done, taking a moment to recognize your growth, or giving yourself credit for sticking to a difficult routine. These small moments of recognition are crucial because they allow you to build a positive relationship with your achievements. Instead of seeing success as something that's always out of reach, you begin to see it as a series of moments that accumulate over time. Every time you hit a milestone, no matter how small, you're reinforcing the idea that progress is continuous and that you are always moving forward. This celebration isn't just about the physical act of achieving a goal. It's about acknowledging the effort, the discipline, and the mindset that got you there. Think about it. Every time you overcome a challenge, whether it's completing a project, sticking to a new habit, or navigating a tough situation, you're demonstrating persistence and resilience. These are qualities worth celebrating because they're what keep you moving forward when things get difficult. It's easy to focus on the big outcomes like a promotion or a finished project, but the daily grind, the consistency, the small steps, and the hard work deserve recognition too. When you take time to celebrate your wins, you also reinforce a positive feedback loop. Success becomes something that feels rewarding and motivating, not just a distant goal. This encourages you to continue striving and gives you the energy to tackle the next challenge. It's easy to get discouraged if you feel like you're never making progress, but by acknowledging every small win, you break that cycle of frustration. You remind yourself that you're always moving forward and that every effort counts. Celebrating your wins also helps you focus on what you control. Too often, we focus on external factors, the things we can't control, and allow them to dictate how we feel about ourselves. But when you celebrate your personal achievements, you're grounding yourself in what you've done. You're taking ownership of your success regardless of outside circumstances. By recognizing your own contributions, you affirm that your efforts are valuable and that no one else's opinions or actions can take that away from you. The power to celebrate your success is within you, and that's a feeling that no external force can diminish. Another benefit of celebrating your wins is that it helps you embrace progress over perfection. We live in a world that often values perfection and final outcomes over the journey itself. This mindset can lead to frustration and burnout because perfection is unattainable. But by celebrating your wins along the way, you start to focus on progress, which is far more achievable. Progress means growth, learning, and improvement, all of which deserve recognition. When you focus on progress instead of perfection, you're more likely to stay motivated and less likely to feel discouraged by setbacks. It's about recognizing that each step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your greater goal. Self-celebration also fosters a deeper sense of self-worth. When you celebrate yourself, you're telling yourself that you're worthy of recognition. You're telling yourself that your time, energy, and effort matter. Too often we wait for others to acknowledge our work, but true empowerment comes from within. By celebrating your own achievements, you reinforce your belief in your value and your ability to succeed. You stop waiting for validation from the outside world and you start finding it within yourself. This self-acknowledgement builds confidence and encourages you to keep pursuing your goals, no matter the challenges. You also teach yourself that success is not just an outcome, it's a process. Celebrating your wins is a way to honor the journey. When you take time to reflect on how far you've come, you realize that success isn't just about crossing the finish line, it's about the steps you take along the way, the lessons you learn, and the resilience you develop. Every win, big or small, is a testament to your growth and your ability to navigate life's challenges. By celebrating those wins, you start to see that the process itself is just as valuable as the outcome. So, don't wait for the big moments to celebrate. Celebrate every step of the way. Whether it's completing a task you've been putting off, making progress on a long-term goal, or simply sticking to a routine, take a moment to recognize your effort. Celebrate your resilience, your determination, and your ability to keep moving forward. When you do this, you not only acknowledge your achievements, but also fuel your motivation for the next challenge. Remember, every step forward is worth celebrating. When life gets tough, when you're facing obstacles or feeling overwhelmed, the way you talk to yourself can make all the difference. Often, when we're in the midst of a struggle, we focus on the negatives, the setbacks, the failures, or the things we wish were different. But the truth is, we all have a natural ability to face challenges head-on, and that ability lies within our mindset. By choosing to speak to yourself with kindness, compassion, and belief, you can shift your perspective and unlock the strength you need to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Think about the times when you've faced difficult situations. How did you respond? Was it with self-doubt, fear, or frustration? Or was it with determination, resilience, and a belief that you could overcome whatever came your way? The way you talk to yourself in these moments is crucial. Negative self-talk in times of difficulty can amplify stress and make challenges feel insurmountable. But when you choose to be kind to yourself, when you speak with encouragement and confidence, you create a foundation of strength that can carry you through even the toughest of times. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. We might look at a failure or setback and immediately think, I'm not good enough, or this is too hard. These thoughts are natural, but they're also limiting. They keep you focused on your weaknesses, on what you haven't accomplished, instead of what you can do and what you have accomplished so far. When you speak to yourself with kindness, you remind yourself that mistakes are part of the process, that setbacks are temporary, and that your worth is not defined by a single moment of difficulty. Imagine for a moment how different your experience would be if, instead of criticizing yourself, you spoke to yourself like you would speak to a friend going through a tough time. What if, instead of saying, I'm failing, you said, I'm doing my best, and that's enough? What if, instead of thinking, I'll never get through this, you said, I've been through hard things before, and I can handle this too? This shift in language has the power to transform how you approach challenges. It takes you from a mindset of defeat to one of empowerment, from focusing on problems to focusing on solutions. One of the most powerful things you can do in times of difficulty is to be gentle with yourself. Too often we expect perfection. We hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, and when we inevitably fall short, we beat ourselves up. But the truth is, no one is perfect, and mistakes are a natural part of growth. When you speak kindly to yourself in difficult moments, you acknowledge that you are human. You give yourself permission to be imperfect and still worthy. This self-compassion allows you to stay grounded, to keep going even when it feels hard, because you know that you are deserving of kindness and understanding, especially from yourself. Self-compassion also gives you the space to grow. When you're kind to yourself in tough moments, you're not only showing yourself empathy, but you're also allowing yourself the opportunity to learn from your mistakes. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, you shift your mindset to one of curiosity. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? This openness to learning rather than self-judgment helps you move forward in a way that is constructive and healthy. You stop dwelling on the problem and start looking for ways to solve it, to learn from it, and to become stronger as a result. Kindness toward yourself doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook or ignoring areas where you need to improve. It's not about avoiding accountability. It's about treating yourself with the same understanding and patience that you would offer to a friend. When you're kind to yourself, you're more likely to take responsibility for your actions without being weighed down by shame or guilt. You're able to acknowledge your mistakes and make changes without feeling like a failure. This kind of self-talk empowers you to grow, to learn, and to continuously improve without getting stuck in a cycle of negative thinking. Another important aspect of speaking kindly to yourself during tough times is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will always come your way. But when you speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you build an internal reservoir of strength. It's like training your mind to bounce back quicker when life knocks you down. Instead of staying stuck in negative thoughts or fear, you choose to rise, to persevere, and to keep moving forward. This resilience is cultivated through the words you speak to yourself. When you tell yourself, "I can do this," or "I've made it through hard times before," you reinforce your ability to overcome adversity. You teach yourself that challenges don't define you, they refine you. Kind self-talk also impacts your overall mental and emotional well-being. When you're constantly critical of yourself, it creates a toxic cycle of negativity that affects your mood, your energy, and your confidence. But when you're kind to yourself, you create a positive feedback loop. Your self-esteem grows, your anxiety decreases, and you feel more capable of handling whatever comes your way. It's a practice that builds your emotional strength over time, allowing you to approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity instead of fear and doubt. Ultimately, kindness toward yourself is an act of self-love. It's about acknowledging that you deserve to be treated with respect, especially in moments of difficulty. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of compassion, even when things aren't going perfectly. By speaking kindly to yourself, you create a sense of inner peace, strength, and resilience that empowers you to face challenges with confidence and grace. You are your greatest ally, and the way you speak to yourself in tough moments will determine how well you navigate the struggles life throws your way. The importance of developing the habit of positive self-talk cannot be overstated. Our minds are incredibly powerful, and the thoughts we carry with us shape our reality. This is especially true when it comes to the things we tell ourselves about who we are, what we can achieve, and how we see our place in the world. Positive self-talk is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect, but rather about choosing to focus on the strengths, possibilities, and potential within ourselves. It is the internal dialogue that keeps us motivated, grounded, and moving forward, even when life gets tough. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation or a setback. How did your inner voice respond? Was it filled with criticism and doubt, or was it full of encouragement and belief in your abilities? The way we talk to ourselves in those moments can either empower us to rise above the challenge or keep us stuck in negativity. When we engage in negative self-talk, we reinforce limiting beliefs that hold us back from reaching our full potential. However, when we practice positive self-talk, we shift our focus to solutions, strengths, and opportunities, which ultimately leads us to greater success. Positive self-talk is about creating an inner environment that nurtures growth, not one that hinders it. When we consistently tell ourselves that we are capable, worthy, and deserving of success, we begin to believe it. Over time, this belief becomes ingrained in our subconscious, and it influences the way we act and the decisions we make. We start to take on challenges with confidence, knowing that we have the tools and resilience to overcome them. This shift in mindset is what sets successful people apart from those who struggle to achieve their goals. But positive self-talk isn't just about motivation, it's about how we deal with adversity. Life will always throw obstacles in our path, whether it's a difficult job situation, a personal setback, or an unexpected crisis. In these moments, it's easy to become overwhelmed and discouraged. Our immediate reaction might be to blame ourselves, to feel hopeless, or to question our abilities. However, if we've developed the habit of positive self-talk, we can reframe these situations in a way that serves us. Instead of saying, "This is too hard, I can't do it," we can say, "This is challenging, but I'm capable of finding a solution." Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," we can say, "I've overcome tough situations before, and I will overcome this one too." The beauty of positive self-talk is that it allows us to take control of our narrative. Rather than letting the external circumstances dictate our emotions and reactions, we have the power to choose how we respond. This doesn't mean that we ignore our feelings or pretend that everything is easy, but it does mean that we can shift our focus from what's wrong to what we can do about it. When we take ownership of our thoughts, we create a mindset that is solution-oriented, resourceful, and resilient. Positive self-talk also helps us maintain a sense of gratitude and perspective, especially during challenging times. When we face difficulty, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong or what we don't have. But positive self-talk encourages us to recognize the things we do have, the skills, experiences, and resources that we can use to navigate tough situations. By saying to ourselves, "I am grateful for the lessons I've learned, and I will use them to grow," we reinforce an attitude of abundance instead of scarcity. We begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles that block our progress. Another key benefit of positive self-talk is its ability to reduce stress and anxiety. When we're constantly criticizing ourselves or doubting our abilities, it creates a sense of inner turmoil. We worry about the future, second-guess our decisions, and become paralyzed by fear. However, when we practice positive self-talk, we create a calming effect on our minds. We reassure ourselves that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way, that we have the strength to face challenges, and that we are deserving of peace and happiness. This shift in mindset can significantly reduce feelings of stress and anxiety, allowing us to approach problems with a clear and focused mind. Positive self-talk also helps us build self-confidence. Confidence isn't something that magically appears when we achieve a certain level of success. It's built through consistent practice of self-affirmation and belief in our abilities. When we engage in positive self-talk, we acknowledge our strengths and accomplishments, which boosts our sense of self-worth. We begin to see ourselves as capable and competent, and this belief in ourselves empowers us to take on new challenges and seize opportunities. The more we practice positive self-talk, the more we reinforce our belief in our own abilities, creating a positive cycle of growth and achievement. Moreover, positive self-talk helps us develop a mindset of perseverance. No matter how many times we fail or how many setbacks we encounter, it's the ability to keep going that ultimately determines our success. When we face difficulties, positive self-talk reminds us that failure is not the end, it's simply a part of the journey. By telling ourselves, "I am resilient and I will keep moving forward," we stay motivated and focused on the next step. This mindset of perseverance allows us to stay committed to our goals, even when progress feels slow or uncertain. Positive self-talk is a habit that can be cultivated over time with practice. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather something that grows stronger with each positive thought and affirmation. As we continue to practice positive self-talk, we become more mindful of the way we speak to ourselves, and we begin to replace old patterns of negative thinking with new, empowering ones. Over time, this shift in mindset transforms not only the way we see ourselves, but also the way we approach life's challenges. Positive self-talk becomes the foundation of a strong, resilient, and confident mindset that empowers us to achieve our goals and create the life we desire. The power of surrounding yourself with positivity cannot be underestimated. The people, environments, and energy you expose yourself to on a daily basis have a profound impact on how you see yourself, your abilities, and your potential. When you consciously choose to surround yourself with positive influences, you create a support system that not only encourages your growth, but also nurtures your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Positive environments foster creativity, resilience, and motivation, all of which are essential for achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life. One of the most influential factors in shaping your mindset is the people you spend time with. The people in your life can either lift you up or bring you down. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, and criticism, it becomes harder to stay positive, motivated, and focused on your goals. Negative energy can drain you, feeding into your own doubts and fears, and can lead you to question your abilities or worth. But when you choose to be around people who inspire, support, and encourage you, you start to see the world through a more optimistic lens. Positive relationships are like a mirror that reflects your potential back to you. They help you believe in yourself, remind you of your strengths, and encourage you to take action. In positive environments, people share not just successes, but also challenges. They open up about their struggles and show vulnerability, which fosters a sense of connection and support. This creates a space where growth is encouraged and failure is viewed as a stepping stone rather than a setback. When you're around people who have the same positive mindset, you'll find that you can lean on each other for encouragement and motivation. You will be inspired by their determination and resilience, and in turn, they'll be inspired by yours. Positive relationships help you build confidence, increase your self-worth, and inspire you to take bold steps toward your goals. But it's not just the people in your life that matter. The environments you immerse yourself in are just as important. The spaces you spend time in can either uplift you or hold you back. If you find yourself in environments that are chaotic, uninspiring, or draining, it's much harder to maintain a positive mindset. On the other hand, environments that are calm, organized, and inspiring can help you focus, be more productive, and feel more connected to your purpose. Whether it's your home, your workplace, or your social spaces, creating an environment that aligns with your values and goals can help you thrive. This doesn't just apply to physical spaces. It also extends to the media and information you consume. In today's digital age, we are constantly bombarded with messages from social media, news outlets, and advertisements. Many of these messages can be overwhelming, negative, or filled with fear. Constant exposure to negativity can affect your mindset, leading to stress, anxiety, or feelings of inadequacy. But by consciously choosing to surround yourself with uplifting content, whether it's books, podcasts, or social media accounts that promote positivity, motivation, and growth, you can begin to shift your focus from the negative to the positive. You can choose to fill your mind with inspiring stories, affirmations, and educational resources that encourage you to become the best version of yourself. Over time, the more you expose yourself to positivity, the more it becomes ingrained in your daily life. Even the small choices you make in your day-to-day routine can have a significant impact on the kind of energy you bring into your life. Choosing to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, surrounding yourself with people who support your growth, and consuming content that inspires you can all create a ripple effect of positivity. This positive energy not only helps you stay focused and motivated, but also boosts your mental and emotional resilience. It allows you to navigate challenges with a clear mind and a sense of purpose, knowing that you are surrounded by support and inspiration. Building a positive environment is also about setting boundaries and protecting your peace. In life, there will always be people or situations that try to drain your energy or bring negativity into your space. Whether it's toxic relationships, stressful work environments, or negative self-talk. It's important to recognize these energy drains and take steps to protect your peace. Setting boundaries doesn't mean shutting people out or avoiding difficult situations. It means prioritizing your well-being and ensuring that you're not constantly exposed to negativity. It means knowing when to say no, when to walk away, and when to focus on yourself in order to recharge and maintain a positive mindset. One of the most powerful aspects of creating a positive environment is the way it helps you stay aligned with your goals. When you're surrounded by positivity, you're more likely to believe in your potential and take the necessary actions to achieve your dreams. Positive people encourage you to pursue your passions and to keep going even when things get tough. Positive spaces provide the clarity and focus you need to work toward your goals. And positive media keeps your mindset strong, reinforcing the belief that success is possible and that you have what it takes to achieve it. In addition to creating a positive environment externally, it's equally important to cultivate positivity within yourself. This comes from nurturing a healthy mindset, practicing gratitude, and developing a sense of self-compassion. When you believe in your worth, take care of your mental health, and stay grounded in positivity, you become your own greatest supporter. You'll find that even when external circumstances are challenging, your inner strength will help you stay focused on what you can control and encourage you to keep moving forward. Ultimately, surrounding yourself with positivity is a choice. It's a choice to create an environment, both internally and externally, that supports your growth, well-being, and happiness. By choosing to engage with people who uplift you, spaces that inspire you, and content that motivates you, you create a positive ecosystem that fosters your success. When you consciously surround yourself with positivity, you equip yourself with the mental, emotional, and physical resources to face life's challenges and pursue your goals with confidence and determination. In conclusion, the way you speak to yourself and the environments you choose to immerse yourself in hold immense power in shaping your life. By engaging in positive self-talk, you transform your inner dialogue into a source of strength, resilience, and motivation. Every thought you think and every word you say has the potential to either propel you forward or hold you back. By embracing positivity, you not only build confidence in your abilities, but also cultivate the mental and emotional fortitude needed to overcome obstacles. Moreover, surrounding yourself with supportive, uplifting people and creating an environment that nurtures your growth is just as crucial. Positive influences from others, along with spaces that inspire and energize you, reinforce your mindset and provide the encouragement needed to pursue your goals with determination. It's through these connections and surroundings that you find the strength to continue, even when things get tough. When you talk to yourself with kindness and create a life filled with positivity, you unlock your true potential. The challenges that come your way become stepping stones, and the doubts that once held you back begin to dissolve. By choosing to speak to yourself like this for just 3 days, you set the stage for lasting transformation, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So take control of your thoughts, nurture positive relationships, and create an environment that empowers you, knowing that with the right mindset and support, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.